The film begins in 1830, during the brutal winters of the Hudson Valley, when the stark backdrop and beautiful snow conceal the horrible natures of the murders that are taking place. Augustus Landor, an alcoholic retired investigator and expert in gloveless interrogation, is requested by the military to look into the hanging of Cadet Leroy Fry at the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York. Landor is a widower who has been living alone since his daughter Maddie ran away a few years ago. Fry's heart was extracted from his body after he was hanged. Landor discovers a little bit of a message clenched tightly in Fry's hand while examining the corpse in the mortuary. Marks on Fry's neck and fingers further indicate that he was murdered rather than hanging himself. Landor covertly enlists the assistance of Edgar Allen Poe, a fellow Academy pupil who has showed an interest in the case. The writing on the message fragment leads Poe and Landor to believe that it was summoning Fry to a secret rendezvous. Following the discovery of a butchered cow and a sheep in the neighborhood, it is surmised that the murder could be tied to black magic rituals. Ballinger, another cadet, goes missing and is subsequently discovered hanging, with both his heart and genitals taken. Stoddard, a third cadet who was a comrade of the two victims, then vanishes, and Landor assumes that this man had cause to believe he was next in line to be slain. Landor and Poe begin to suspect the family of Dr. Daniel Marquis, who was initially invited into the inquiry to perform the autopsy on Fry. His son Artemis and his daughter Lee, who suffers from random seizures, are also under investigation. Landor discovers an old officer's uniform while visiting Dr. Marquis's house. A man impersonating an officer was engaged in the mutilation of Fry's body. Landor confronts Dr. Marquis, who acknowledges that he used black magic to cure Leah's seizures, and that she looked to improve at first. Poe is smitten by Leah and agrees to do whatever she wants. He is, however, drugged and awakens to discover Artemis and Lee about to cut out his heart as part of the ritual to cure Lee. Landor arrives in time to save Poe, but the structure catches fire, killing Lee and Artemis. The military thanks Landor for his service, believing that the case is now closed. After recovering from his near-death experience, Poe confronts Landor with his discovery that the handwriting on the note fragment discovered in Fry's hand matches that of Landor. After piecing together all of the facts he has obtained, it becomes clear that Landor was the cadet's murderer. Landor's daughter Maddie had been raped by Fry, Ballinger, and Stoddard 2 years prior after attending her first ball. She later committed herself by jumping over a cliff, traumatized by the encounter. Landor concealed this information from everyone and pretended that she had fled. Landor, distraught, went out to avenge his daughter. He left the message for Fry, luring him to a desolate location before strangling him. However, when a patrol occurred to pass by, Landor was compelled to leave the body where it was. Later, Lee and Artemis stole the heart for their ritual. Landor defiled Ballinger's body after killing him to make it look like the cadet was slain by the same madman who had desecrated Fry's body. Poe informs Landor that he has 2 notes with handwriting samples that would directly link Landor to the murders, but Poe burns them before leaving. Landor is subsequently seen standing near the cliff from whence his daughter jumped to her death. "Rest, my love," he says as he lets her hair ribbon float away in the breeze. And that's a wrap on this week's movie review. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.